When it comes to writing music, I just like to rant out my feelings because of music is like therapy for me. Hi everyone, my name is Ayra Starr and this is my cover shoot for Clout Mag. Samaritan, I had the beat for like 6 months. Onome played the beat for me and I was in love, but I didn't know what to do with it because I've never heard anything like that before and I've never worked with anything like that before. So I had the beat for like 6 months. I would try different things, record different things, and it wasn't just the same. So working on the project was draining. Working on that song was the most draining thing. But, you know, we came up with it like, I wanted to do something different. I wanted to do something that nobody had heard before because that's how that's the energy the beat gave me. And I was like, okay, let me rant on this song with my own melodies, celestial melodies, and just do my own thing. So, yeah. Yeah, so I remember because I had the beat and I'd done like different things on it for a long time. For like, you know, after my EP, I kept working on the song because I wanted to do something different, like I said. And I sent it to this songwriter, amazing songwriter called Embryo, and he sent like a whole song back. But it wasn't really the vibe I was going for. But in that song he said he talked about, it was about like love. And I was like, no, I'm not feeling love. I want to write something different from that. I want to write something that has to do with like no bad energy around me. I want something versatile. I want something people can sing like at the top of their lungs. And he like when I heard the hook, I changed the hook. I wrote the pre-chorus. I called my brother in. We wrote the first verse together. I wrote the second verse. Then that's how the song came about. It was a very weird journey with this song because when it was time for me to write the song, I actually wrote the song. Like I didn't move from my chair, even though I had this beat for 6 months. But when it was time for me to finally write this one that people are hearing, like I didn't move from my chair. I didn't move. I recorded myself. I was just ready to work on it and I was giving it my all. And that's what you can hear in the song. So when I write songs alone, I usually like to write like a verse and a chorus first. I don't like to do the second chorus. I just write one verse and a chorus first. And I wrote Beg in a bus. I wrote Karma in like a hospital like hallway. When it comes to writing music, I just like to rant out my feelings because of music is like therapy for me. So when I make music, I want to sing, I want to write what I'm feeling at that moment or however I can transcribe my feelings, even though it's not the exact same thing I'm feeling. At least sometimes I build like an imaginary world just to run away from whatever I'm facing or whatever I'm feeling. And that's what I do with music. So I create a whole story in my head, like a movie, and I have like a whole music video in my head, and I write a song to that music video in my head. Does it make sense? But it does kind of make sense. And the process of writing, why I like my brother with me when I write music is that when I'm alone, I tend to get too deep into the music to the extent that when I write music, I can do that for the whole day and the next morning I can't remember how I spent the last day because I was so like into what I was writing in my head. I didn't even eat. I'm like just with the computer and we're like arguing, just doing my own thing with the beat. And the next day, sometimes I just space out, like I blank. I'm like, what happened? And I just see this song I worked on. So when I do it with my brother, it balances us and it's fun in the studio and we just have fun. Yeah, definitely. Away. Yeah, understand that. So that part, I remember when I was in the studio and what I wrote, the initial thing I wrote was, understand I won't be the girl that used to cry about a man that never came through. He instead of saying they lie all the time, I said he did cry all the time. Let's talk about a fool. I didn't say he did lie all the time. Now lie is like, oh, that's perfect. Well, what made sense to me in the studio was he did cry all the time. Let's talk about a fool. Like, why is he crying? He did wrong. So why are you crying? So he's a fool. But I changed it because I felt like that would balance it out. That was after like 2 days. I played it for like one of my A&Rs. They were like, you should change that to lie. I was like, oh, that makes sense. So sometimes what you hear, it's like it has gone through many processes. Even Lonely. I remember Lonely was a whole different song called Lonely. The same story, the same everything, but a whole different melody, the whole different everything. Then after like a week, I came back to the studio and we changed the whole song into something else. Whatever you're hearing now. What are you hearing now? Yeah, so I don't write music with Don Jazzy exactly, but I like to write music around Don Jazzy. Because when I write music around Don Jazzy, there's a certain type of like, I cannot fuck up type of, I'm not allowed to swear. I cannot mess up. So when he's around me, I'm like, Jazzy's around me. If I'm around Jazzy, I'm writing like 5 songs, 4 songs. Like he has that ginger that you're like, okay, Jazzy's here. He took his time to come and stay with me at this session. I cannot mess up. So with Jazzy, like I like to write music around him because I just think very fast. Because I'm kind of like under pressure a little, but I work really well under pressure. So I'm like working very fast. And also with Jazzy just he has this thing where he just gives creative freedom. Just do your thing. Like no matter how weird it is, it might sound weird to you and like no you don't want to. He's like do it, just do it. Like he allows me just do my own thing every single time. Patience. I need to exercise a lot of patience because things don't work out the way you see them in your head, especially when you're an artist or you're a creative. You think before you do everything. So you get your ideas from your imagination. And sometimes things don't sound like that when it comes to life. Things are not exactly the way they seem. And you just have to have patience with yourself and the process. Trust the process. That's one thing I've learned so well. Just patience in whatever you're doing and trust the process. Don't overthink anything. Before I started like recording myself and doing my own thing, like I used to want to do like 20 takes because I felt like it wasn't perfect. And now like it's not that deep. Just do your own thing. So yeah. If I could say one thing to my fans right now, I would say be yourself wherever you are. Just be yourself every single time. Be unapologetic about who you are. Trust me, no one can be you like you. That's one thing I learned very early and I would continue to carry that wherever I go. Be yourself wherever you are and be confident in your craft because nobody is going to be as confident as you, trust me. And also, Stream 19 and Dangerous is on all platforms. The album is out. This is our album, 19 and Dangerous to the world. Do your Samaritan challenge and tag me. You know how we do. Samaritan, protect my energy from your bad aura. Then my pastor say I be my healer, everything I desire. I go to see.